So, hello everyone. Today we will continue where we have left in the last video. So, we understood what are agent like tool based agents, right? Without tools, most of the things are done by the agent's brain, that is LLM, right? With tools, we can fetch external data, we can execute operations, and we can automate many tasks, right? And we understood like we have built-in tools, right? We have Google search, code execution, Vertex AI search, which is available with Google Gemini. Okay. And we have custom function tools also. So as we said, in today's class, we learn how we can create custom function tools with the help of Google ADK. You can see on the screen that we have defined a user defined function. In the doc string, it is saying returns the current date and time, right? So in the return, we are giving the current time and the status as success. So this is a JSON uh, string which we are returning, right? So this is out of a best practice. Now, similarly, we can have n number of agents by using custom function, right? We can create an agent which will help us to fetch data from a database. We can create an agent which will help us execute some queries in a database. We can invoke some API call. Okay, all these can be done. But for simplicity's sake, for today, what we'll do, we'll try to understand an agent which will help us to crack a dad joke, basically. Okay, some boring joke. So for that, you can see we have done all the imports. We have imported OS, which will help us to get the API key. Okay, uh, random function, and we are obviously we must have the agent. Okay, from Google ADK. From Google ADK, we are getting the light LLM also to define the model. Okay, for this use case, we are using the GPT-4o Mini. And if you talk about the folder structure, uh, as we have already seen in the earlier videos, three files are most important. First is the init.py. Okay, whenever we call the agent, whenever we trigger ADK web, this init.py invokes the first. Okay, from the local directory, we are importing agent, right? So this agent.py file will be invoked, and this requires model. Okay, we need to hit the model, we need the model for us to answer the question. So for that, we need an API key, and we store all our API keys in a .env file. So first of all, what we are doing, we are getting the API key from the .env, and this is a best practice, guys. We must do in production environment so that our API keys, which are very uh, private, okay, it should not be shared with others. So we must keep it inside a .env file, right? And next is we are defining the model with the help of light LLM function. Okay, in that we must pass model name and the API key. And with the same light LLM, we can use any other model also, be it Gemini, be it Claude, okay, Olama, any model we can use. And the way we start or invoke the LLM remains the same. That is the functionality of light LLM. Now in the tool, what we have in the tool, we have get dad jokes. So by default, we have created a list of jokes. Okay, and we are returning random values out of the list. Okay, one value at a time. So whenever this tool will be used, okay, this function will be used, one value will be returned at a time. Now, if we see the root agent, because in ADK we have learnt already that we must have a root agent. Okay, that root agent might be termed as the manager. The manager will work with the employees. We can have multiple sub agents or tools, but root agent is a must in Google ADK, right? So we have defined with the help of agent function. There we need to pass the name of the agent. the model which we have already defined, the description. This will be useful in case of multi-agent scenarios. For single agent, as a best practice, you can keep it. Okay, this description is used by other agents to know. Let's suppose I am person A and there is some person B, person C. I know because I am human, I understand what are the capabilities of person B and person C. But how would agents know that what are the functionalities of other agents? So for that, description becomes very useful, where the other agents can see your description and accordingly it will seek your help, right? Now comes the instruction part. In the instruction part, what we are doing, we are saying that you are a helpful assistant that can tell dad jokes. Only use the tool get dad jokes. So we are explicitly saying that use the tool get dad jokes to tell jokes. Okay, do not use your own brain. Okay, in case of any other information, you can say I can only make you laugh. Okay, so we are kind of restricting the behavior of the agent so that it is not using the LLM for anything else. Okay, for getting information from the internet, okay, or from anywhere else. It cannot use the LLM is just for snitching this entire workflow. Okay, helping interact the user interact with the tools and the model, right? But it cannot retrieve any information from the pre-trained values, right? Now, since we have already defined the user defined function, now how can we say share the tool, right? So it's very simple. Okay, we have an argument called tools. There we need to pass the get that jokes and you are done, right? So I have ADK Web. Okay, so whenever we are ready with our code, we can just fire ADK Web and our UI will be ready. So I'll just refresh this so that we have a new session. I'll start a new session. So you can see that we have the agent called that joke agent, right? And if I say hi, it will use the LLM to basically see how to respond to this hi. Okay, I'm greeting the agent. Let's see how the agent behaves. So it is saying, I can only make you laugh. Would you like to hear dad jokes? Okay. So this is some LLM based output, right? And when I'm saying, yes, please proceed. So you can see that it has invoked the tool. Okay. The tool get dad joke was invoked. And here is a dad joke for you. Why did the scarecrow win an award? Because he was an outstanding in his field, right? A lame joke, right? So this is what we have defined. And if I say, who is the president of USA, then what it is saying, I can only make you laugh. Would you like to hear another dad joke, right? So So this was the video, guys, for you. I hope that you understood how we can define a tool based agent, right? Similarly, we can expose multiple tools to the agent. Okay, in a comma separated list, we can provide everything, okay, inside the argument called tools, right? And if you have stayed till this point in the video, please press the like button and share and subscribe to Akansha Academy. And we'll be back with another video. Thank you so much.